This week's episode of the Dummies podcast is brought to you by Shepard, Harris & Associates, providing quality accounting for over 20 years. For all your accounting and tax service needs, feel free to contact Shepard, Harris & Associates at phone number 205-323-5922. It was something you had. I want to say it was one of them sleds. My boy walked over, picked the rope up, put that bitch down, and walked to something else, guy. He was like,
that nigga came over to this shit easy. I was like, you not done. Oh, it ain't easy no more. Nigga changed his mind real quick.
I ain't say it wasn't easy, but I'm like, nah, fuck that.
Why you want to do it? Why you want to finish? The thing was do 2 reps. Why you do your 2?
I did my 2. I pulled that bitch to me, and I pushed it down.
And then you had to do it again.
No, that's 2.
Exactly, nigga. That nigga said that's 2. You right. You my
hey, who'd have had your ass and that bitch forever on him?
That nigga the king of superset.
I only like 15 minutes, 20, 30, 40.
No, it's really actually a quick workout in 3 seconds.
It's very efficient.
Yeah, get to the point. Get to the point. Ain't no lollygagging. Let's go. Get in, get out.
Fuck that. You know I want a little lolly in my gagging.
you got a lot today, though. That
nigga did. That nigga lollygag for an hour and a half.
That nigga was in the...
Because I had already worked out when you got here.
He was in the gym for 2 hours. He worked out 15 minutes.
No, I put in a good hour.
You did. I give you that today. You did. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, gotta get ready for Mexico.
That nigga what he say? He getting a 6-pack?
He gonna get a 6-pack in 6 days, 1 pack a day. I feel you, my nigga. I need
catch
that.
The goddamn flu or some shit.
I need that recipe.
Cocaine habit. One of the 2.
Something.
Here we go. You're tuning in to the Dummies podcast. I'm Stop.
I'm Joe.
And I'm motherfucking Hootie, nigga.
And we back like we never left, because like we say every week, we never leave. It's episode 27. It's Saturday, March the 23rd. I finally got that right, episode 27. And
nigga, I got that right.
Nigga, I got it right. Nah, nigga, you ain't finna take credit. You ain't want to take credit.
I took the blame. I'm gonna take the motherfucking credit.
Nah. That ain't how that ain't how that works.
Exactly how it goes.
But yeah, man, we in this thing. My man Todd, he missing. Today he's spring breaking, I think. Yeah,
breaking for the spring.
Yeah, so him and the fam on spring breaking. So we'll see if we can get us some incriminating pictures that we can use.
Him on the water slide or some shit.
Right.
With no shirt on. Definitely a need. Tamika, get us that right there.
Right.
My man on the water slide.
Yeah. Where we at, Hoop?
Oh man, you know what I'm saying? Usual to usual. Another good week, another long week. You know what I'm saying? It's countdown week. Shouts out to my dog, man. You know what I'm saying? His birthday was it Thursday?
Yeah,
Thursday. Happy birthday, man. You old as fuck. You know
Happy
what I'm saying?
birthday.
Congratulations on another year.
Appreciate it.
You know what I'm saying? And in another week, we're going to celebrate again.
Welcome to the late 30s crowd.
It's Mexico.
Late? You 35. Yeah, y'all niggas in the late 30s. I'm still in my early 30s. I'm 34.
You mid-30s.
Fuck that.
You
35 is mid.
35.
35 is mid.
Yeah.
And when you're under 35, you round down.
I guess 37 would be considered late.
Yeah. I'm early. Fuck what you talking about. I'm still 30.
By 2 months.
But no, I'm saying, fuck all that. Happy birthday to my dog, man. You know what I'm
I
saying?
appreciate that.
Congratulations. We going to celebrate you in a big way. You know what I'm saying? In a week. You know what I'm saying? We going to celebrate.
Yeah, man. We celebrating big. Mexico. I can't wait.
Mexico. Viva la
Nigga,
Mexico.
all the liquor.
All the liquor. I'm going to be asleep. I don't give a fuck if it rains, sleet, or snow in Mexico. I'm on the beach laying in that shit. I don't give a fuck what it is.
Nigga, I'm going to be full. I'm going to that bitch. I want the steak,
Which?
lobster,
My man
and
say
the
he
pork
don't know
chop.
which restaurant he going to.
I was just about to say which food. Alcohol or food or both. Or
Both. And I'm going to
Exactly.
2 restaurants a night.
Hey, nigga, we got mini bars. I'm waking up the shots.
Yeah, they say they restocked the bar. Every day they put another 12
when they clean your
back in
room, they put a 6-pack in there with sodas and all that shit.
I need a
but
couple
6-pack of beer.
I need a couple shots, but I don't drink beer, but I'm going to drink the fuck out that bitch.
No, I'm drinking anything in that thing. I don't care what it is.
they got.
Pull me up.
Exactly.
And they have 24-hour room service.
It's free? Free me. I want free.
Nigga, I be ordering a
free.
pizza at like
Well,
2:30 a.m.
It's technically free, but
But
I mean, you
you
pay
pay
At
for
this
it.
point,
but-
it's free.
well, yeah,
At
like
this
when
point,
you, if you go somewhere, you don't have to spend no more money for whatever you getting. That shit in the nigga head is free.
Well, I'll get my money's worth. I'll say it like that. Then. Goddamn. I'm going to get this money's
Man, when y'all was little and went to the buffet, your mama ever made you eat enough that she thought it was worth it? Like, I paid $6 for your buffet.
As a kid, I was greedy as fuck. So
Yeah,
my mama
yeah.
never had to
She
make
never
me
had to
shit.
ask me.
Exactly. She had to stop me. Nigga, you embarrassing me. Stop.
You know
Fuck
that
is wrong
nigga
with
probably
you?
didn't eat nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
He
little
probably
man.
didn't
He
eat
was little
shit.
man for a long time.
That nigga, one little
goddamn.
slice of pizza be done.
I'm full, mama. I can sleep till next week.
He be over there in the chair crying and shit. Get your ass over there and get a
Hell
plate.
no. Nigga, my
Hey,
mom
I-
got tired of buying me
Hey,
food.
I would love to go to Corral right now.
I love some Golden Corral.
Man, been
That
that
shit be
bitch is
good.
so long.
I ain't been in
That
so
shit's
long.
Man, I stopped going. I think I said this before, but I stopped
shit
going.
nasty,
I
yeah.
stopped going because like not the Golden Corral, but to buffet, because I
Yeah.
seen a
People
nigga
nasty, man.
wipe his nose with his hand and went right over that bitch and grabbed the spoon.
Exactly. With the oldest,
That nigga get at the little Chinese place we
shit.
used to go
That
to.
shit was good as fuck.
Man, that shit was so good. But that shit there, I ain't been back since.
Dad and little kids, I'm sorry, not, but them little kids, they'll be digging in their ass. They go up there, gonna grab some chicken, look at that bitch and put it right. But nah, kid, take that chicken over there to your table.
I seen somewhere where they tested the
Super bacteria.
things that the little self-service things at McDonald's. You know how you can go
Oh
in
yeah,
there.
I saw the
And
touchscreens.
all of them had fecal matter on.
Yeah, all of them. Fecal matter. You know what fecal matter? That shit, people.
Where that was at?
McDonald's. In a lot of McDonald's. I want to say it was in Europe, but still.
I'm saying what it was on.
On the touchscreen when you order your food.
Where you order your food.
On the touchscreen.
When you go inside McDonald's, you go to the machine and you order your food yourself, and then go pay for it at the cashier.
So people going in the bathroom, wipe their hands with wipe their ass with their hands and go pick their order.
Or it just already had
Let
it
me
on
get the
them.
shit burger with fries. Nah, bro, chill out.
I ain't heard that one. That's new.
Yeah. That's been like a couple months though.
No, I don't want that.
But hey, y'all ever saw my man run?
Who?
Can't get right.
Oh yeah. I seen that little shit.
I got him on video running last. He was running Nola. Goddamn, my man got a little trot to himself. Then my man was like that big.
When you're
trot.
running with a dog, you kind of have to.
A dog?
Yeah, he was running with Nola. We went to Avondale last week, and I let him hold Nola.
Y'all niggas be having some secret hangouts. I'm sick of that
yeah,
shit.
man.
It's never a secret. Yeah. you just
Nah,
didn't
these
come.
niggas be having secret
He was on
hangouts.
the snap, man. You know what I'm saying? We got to get out more. I might go do it again tomorrow for real too, though.
What to go?
Kids on spring break. I need to take them somewhere. I don't know where though, but I'm gonna go somewhere tomorrow.
Shit,
That
take
nigga
them to
was-
Avondale.
That nigga took your little girl to get some ice cream and then to the barbershop. What a spring break.
She just I try to give her a warning.
That's hooted right there.
Hey, I gave her
You want to go to the barbershop?
But when you ask them what you want to do, I don't know. Want to get some ice cream? Whatever you say, do you want to do? They just
gonna
want to hang
say
with
yeah.
you. They
Hell
just want to
yeah.
hang with you for
That's
real.
true.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
They don't give a fuck what
That's
they
all it was. I was like, you ready to go? Nigga, we sit in the barbershop for about 4 hours last night. And she was cool the whole time.
Oh, hell no. As long as they got that
I
screen
was
in
tired of
front
sitting in
them.
that bitch. It was basketball on. I was tired of being in that bitch, and she was cool.
No, it's about her phone or whatever.
No,
got.
she ain't got no phone.
Yeah,
no.
they had that phone.
Had to take that phone.
You took
So,
it?
Had to take it, man.
Charlotte Bay, how you gonna take the phone?
Well, she wasn't doing right with the phone, man. So she ain't need no phone.
Fuck she was doing.
Videos, listening to music at school she wasn't supposed to be listening to, news she wasn't supposed to be listening to, shit like that. You know what I'm
Where you think she get it from? She be riding in the car with you?
saying? And that's why I wasn't mad. But I didn't get mad because you were doing it. I got mad because you were told not to do it a couple times.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing.
What age should kids be introduced to social media, you think? Or allowed to have social media?
It's tough to say because it's new.
That's
Yeah.
a great question. I feel like, you know what I'm saying, with Jordan, you know, she want to get on now, and I won't let her. But I won't let her because personally, from interacting with her on a daily basis, I just don't think she's ready for it.
Yeah.
And I don't think, for me, I'm not going to introduce her or allow her to be on it until I feel like she understands the difference between reality and the shit that goes up on social media.
Right.
And I said this before on here. Like, I've showed her different things that, like, you know, you can do on social media. Like, I took a picture from the kitchen, and in that picture, I changed the location to, like, the Bahamas or something.
Yeah.
And I was like, where are we? She was like, in Birmingham, in the kitchen. You know what I mean? But at the same time, like, you know, you can stick that it's the Bahamas. I just wanted to show her that this can be whatever you want it to be.
Right.
So it's
Make it
not
fun.
really real. Your reality is where you're currently standing at. So until I feel like she fully grasped, I think she do get it, but I still catch up like, how many likes did you get? And you see what I'm saying? Like, it's
Yeah.
about the wrong thing.
And that's the reason.
And that's
why.
adults too, shit. I don't want
Right.
to just put it on her shit. Hell, some adults probably need to be banned off that bitch.
And
Majority
then,
need
and
to
then
be
like
that.
now we're starting to realize that we didn't know like that shit doesn't go anywhere. That shit for forever. Just imagine we had it when we was just really dumb.
Because when we started, Facebook was just the people at UAB could see it for real, or people in college.
Yeah, you had to be in college.
yeah.
Yeah.
Now the world sees that shit. CNN sees that shit. You know what I'm saying? Back then, CNN wasn't looking at your Facebook.
I was watching the tournament like on the computer, and then at the bottom it was real time people tweets. You know, if they tagged a certain game or whatever, that's coming up. Like, we didn't think it was ever gonna get like that. So that shit just lasts forever, and those mistakes we see are starting to come back on people.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that shit's crazy because we always are like, everything has been done. But then every single day we find out that it's always something new.
Oh man, I
It's
think
always
as long as
something
we
new.
live, they're gonna come up with some new shit
Always
to come up with.
It's just a new way to do some old shit, but it's a new way. So it's
Right.
something new.
Man, y'all saw Cardi B Cardi B, I think it's Cardi B, Jennifer Lopez, Constant Wu, I don't know who that is, and Keke Palmer are having a cast for a new stripper movie called Hustlers.
I saw that shit.
Oh, yes. I can't wait for that.
I
We
ain't
going
seen it,
to
but I-
we
but
going
I
to see it
will
first
see
night
it.
out?
Huh?
First night out, we going to see it?
Well,
It's a guy's trip.
Gosh.
guy's trip.
It's a guy's trip.
I don't
You
know if
what
I want to watch. Do I want to watch that with y'all, though?
Who else you gonna watch it with? Other than, you know what I'm saying, your girl?
Yeah.
She might hate on it. They be hating.
Oh, they be big haters.
Yeah,
And
they
then,
be
and
hating.
then
You
to go
look
to the
into
movies with them, you got to go out
Yeah,
to eat
especially
first.
that movie.
They want Twitter.
Remember when you was little and you when you,
Come on,
the
man.
movies are already high. Remember when you was little and like did this happen to y'all when y'all was little and your aunt the old folk like cover your eyes?
Oh yeah.
That's how like your old lady gonna be like,
Looking
cover
through
your
your-
eyes.
I'm looking through my fingers like a
Get
motherfucker.
your ass on. I'm finna look at J Lo
Exactly. You staring
and
at her ass
Keke
too
Palmer.
hard.
Y'all looking?
I remember the exact
Goddamn
movie.
right.
It was
Y'all ain't trying to throw me off the ledge.
She can only see one eye. Yeah, the eye close to her closed. The other one open. It's closed, baby. What they doing?
I'm looking shit. I know they look. They look
But-
at
Exactly. And we never say nothing about it.
I got caught looking today, and I from head to toe. She was like,
Whole neck movement.
the girl. No, it'd be real quick. Like the RoboCop.
Just your eye. Okay.
They got everything. I'm like, oh, that ain't worth looking at. But she was big, so well, not cute.
trash.
Big and ugly. So she was like,
This nigga so trash.
you seen
That is
girl?
Jonathan Can't Get Right thoughts only. That is not the views of the Dummies podcast.
Right.
I was like, hey. She was like, you seen her? I'm like, yeah, I seen her. She was like, I don't like you looking. I was like, oh, I look all the time. It's just,
It's just a look.
I diagnosed it. And because I told her, like, don't worry, because I stopped at the first neck roll.
I want that nigga trash. I wonder if I ever
That
get
nigga
caught
super
looking because I
trash.
always look, but it's just I look at people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You observe people that's
What
around.
you do? You walking with your girl and y'all walk past a nigga and she do like the whole turnaround.
Oh, hell no.
Shit.
Hit her ass
You
in
better
the
walk
back
that
of-
way with
I
him.
mean-
Go with him. You staring at her.
Jonathan
Can't get right. His views only, not views of the Dummies podcast.
Dummy.
Hold it.
Hit her ass in a
Y'all finna
long
get in trouble. All y'all
worded
finna get in
message.
trouble.
It's all your fault. You setting us up.
I
girl.
just asked you a question.
I
thought y'all
answered it,
niggas was
but
go-
I'm pretty sure she's the same way. You looking at her pretty hard. You better go with her. Same thing.
I mean, but
applies.
turning around, that's disrespectful.
Yeah, whole neck
on
turn.
any
You can't hold neck turn, goddamn.
Hey, that shit might be funny in a sense though. Like you just turn around, like damn, this nigga really
just turned all the way around.
Full
did.
Like you ain't even looking where you going.
Let me look with this nigga. What
been
you
fucked
looking
around
at?
the time. You lucky the rules done changed. 'Cause
I can't do what I used to do in the 50s.
I don't know. See, I ain't saying that. I didn't say that.
You lucky this ain't the 50s.
When I said the rules change, hey, I ain't say that. Y'all niggas finna. I don't know what the fuck.
I'm gonna
going on
need a
with
shit
y'all.
out of her ass in her sleep.
Y'all saw Shaq, man. My boy Shaq. He with Papa John's.
I saw that.
I saw that.
$8.2 million. $8.2 million as the new face of Papa John's Pizza.
Exactly, and that's what they're questioning. If he's going to be the face, they definitely going to Shaqify the menu, so they say. But they're trying to see if he's going to be now the new face of Papa John's, and if so, that shit
I
can
saw
go
that.
big and big and big.
What I saw that he actually did sign that deal.
Yeah, he
It
signed
was-
the deal. He signed it, but they don't know if he's going to be the face. But he's definitely a part of it.
Yeah, I know they said that he got money and then he got stock options. They gave him a whole bunch of stocks that they poured his way. I know the last money I saw was $8.2 million. Okay, if that is, well, it's clear that it's true so far. Do y'all feel a type of way about it being how Papa John's has been shedded and the light that's been shedded on Papa John's? Or do you feel like they made their mistake, they've paid a penalty, and it's time for them to be forgiven and try to go in a different direction?
I think I feel both ways. Like I know what you sound like. Damn, that's kind of some cool shit. But if he got stock options, then like ownership, like that's something they just pay us. But having kind of ownership and the better the brand does, he does, I don't think it's that bad. But it is some aspects of coon shit in there.
I'm
torn.
I don't think it's coon shit for the simple fact that the guy who did the shit that happened, he's gone. You know what I'm saying? He's out of there. They took
They
took
got
a
him out of
stance
there
and
right
like,
away.
You the fuck out of here. We need some new faces.
they got him out, and that was the CEO. That was the founder. They got him out of there
So
right away.
You can't get rid of an entire. Like it's a lot of black people who own Papa John's. You can't just ban Papa John's because it's one thing this said. Oh, I'm sorry. The one thing this white guy said. So you, in order to look out for him, you bring in somebody who's going to help your brand, and also you're still looking out these little Papa John's who's owned by this black guy in the hood over here in West End or something.
Well, I mean, the only thing, like, they removed him from being a face of it. He's not going to be in commercials, but he still owns his part of it.
I mean,
They didn't buy him
only,
out.
Like, I understand you probably can. Like, it's
He just owns too much, yeah.
It's technicality to that, but you know he wants more than that. We all know he wants more than
Plies
that.
said he ain't eating that medicine pizza.
I love it. I ain't gonna lie.
Hey, that shit was good.
I love it.
I used to like when you used to dip it in the garlic, because they was one of the first people I remember with the garlic
With
sauce.
the garlic sauce.
Oh yeah, they set the tone with that one. But I mean, if people out here calling, after people using N-words and putting in race shit and calling for 3-month boycotts, hey, Papa John's been fucked
That's
up
a
for
big
about
stance.
2-3 years, man. Like, and I've been seeing like a lot of them was closing, a lot of money was getting. We put a big hurt on them.
And Gucci ain't fired nobody, and we only gave him 3 months. You gonna get Papa John's
See, I
forever?
gave that nigga 3 months. We always thought that shit was silly. But
What was that? What was that T.I. went off on the guy for wearing Gucci? What was that?
I ain't even see
I
my
don't know,
man
some
wearing
DJ.
Gucci.
It was a DJ. I don't know what it was.
We
got our insider.
like let's say that happened to y'all. What would y'all response be? Like, okay, so what happened is, I'm guessing T.I. saw a guy with some Gucci on. He addressed him.
What's that
about
nigga that be on social media? Boy, you don't get your look out there.
it. What brand you got on?
If you don't get, if you
ain't
want me
wearing
to
a
take
coupe,
it
get
off,
outta
you
here.
either finna give me something to pay for
Replace
something
it.
else, or you finna give me some of them cool shirts back there.
Exactly. And if you ain't wearing a coup, I definitely don't want to hear what you got to say. You better be wearing a coup and ready to replace my shit.
Bro, you better bring out them big ass guns you went to jail for. If you telling me, goddamn, what I can have on.
They confiscated.
You better-
But at the same
hopefully one
time, I
got
mean,
through.
but it held his own. He gave.
Yeah,
his
nah,
piece
he-
on it.
he
Yeah, you know
was
what I'm
like-
saying. So
What'd he say? What'd he say, DJ?
nah, he just told. I mean, he just said back to T.I. like, man, like, what's wrong with wearing this? And he was like, they disrespect. He basically said all the brands do that. Like, if that's the case, we need to get rid of all this stuff. He was like, yeah, but these people blatantly said what they
Put it in your
said.
face.
So, I mean, whichever side you fall on, I get what T.I. was saying. I get what Butter was saying. I just, like we've said on here endless weeks, I don't know if we can. I don't know if you can throw away whole brands anymore.
And then I don't know about
it's
Blade.
too much.
Me personally, I know I can't. Like, the amount that this costs, give me my money, I'd gladly throw it away. Or give me some coup that's going to replace it, I'd gladly throw it away. But until then, no,
I'd
nigga.
gladly throw that coup away.
Damn. It's some coup out way. You will rock a coup?
Gladly.
Yeah,
I
DJ put some nice little pieces in the group.
Always some,
It
I
took
feel
him a
like
minute.
I was talking about this with somebody at work the other day. Does brands matter anymore? Because I feel like I can go in damn near any store and find
Nah,
something I can wear.
I think in our age range, brands don't. And then
You
now,
mix and match.
and now you wearing clothes that you don't even know who the fuck designed it.
Question.
The only thing I don't like about certain brands, especially are cool, and I started getting like this way back when Rockawell was still a thing. Like, I feel like if you gonna make a piece and a cool make a live ass graphic shirt, don't put that shit on there. Stop putting the cool and shit all over the thing. Like, let it stand at that graphic, and that be the shirt. Like, you don't have to brand it with something. That's
sometimes-
old school method to me.
And that shit, a lot of times with all of them brandings and all of that shit, that's usually the shit that goes out of style. Like, some plain shit is the shit that lasts for
Like,
a
if you
long
just
time.
put that little fox on a shirt doing some
That
shit,
shit'll last for a
and don't
minute.
put everybody knows what that is still.
So, question. You said in our age range, it's acceptable, it's cool to do so. What you mean by that?
What you mean?
Like, when I said brands don't matter. Like, brands don't matter. You can go in any store, get any
What-
brand. You was like, with our age group.
And that was speaking.
Gotcha.
Not our age group. I mean, in today's times.
Gotcha.
Like, I don't think that matters, because we see, like we said, with the Tulum, like, they make live pieces. Like, everybody you look up, you know what I'm saying, who we know, people with lines, Rick shit, be, you know what I'm saying, like, everybody can make live shit. It just, hell, we can make some live shit.
And
We
yeah,
have.
Hey,
like,
get your Dummies t-shirt
Dummies merch.
if you ain't got
Dummies
it yet,
merch.
you know.
Dummies.
Yeah.
We'll be in your ear soon, eyes soon, body soon, all soon.
but I even if I go to a department store, like, if it's something I like that catch my eye, I ain't really worried about, is it this brand?
Nigga,
Is
I'm-
it that brand?
I'm all about a bargain at these points.
Yeah, I don't care about a brand. I pull out some old
Well,
Navy on y'all.
If I like it, I like it.
Right. I do want it to be fresh, but I'm all about a bargain.
And if the fresh shirt is at Old Navy for $6 or on sale 85% off, then
It's-
ain't nothing wrong with that.
It's in my closet.
And I'm gonna rock that shit the same way.
Did y'all see?
Now shoes matter.
I mean, shoes are always gonna matter. I mean, you can't never get around shoes or nothing like that. Shoes you gonna always have to have a live pair of shoes.
Yeah.
Did y'all see that? We talk about this shit every week. I don't know if we get tired of talking about them, but you got to talk about live shit. Jay-Z's The Blueprint album was selected to the Library of Congress. Did y'all see that?
He's
Yeah,
more
I
of
saw
the
that. I
GOAT.
saw that.
Most-
Thought it was dope.
You got it.
No, I mean, it was that album and some other album. It was like an older rap album.
And I looked at it, and it's a lot of those albums or songs. I don't know if it was songs or albums that was listed, but a lot of those albums or songs that's listed, I didn't know none of them, but it was like by classic artists. So to be in that category is crazy. And I wonder what is that exactly?
Well, I mean,
The Book of Congress or the Library of
Library of Congress.
What
It's
exactly?
just, I mean, it's just always gonna be there. It's just important shit.
That's
Fact, you know.
So
like-
so the Blueprint album is basically the blueprint of hip hop that's gonna last forever based on Congress and
I mean,
government
you know,
and-
it's kind of like old school version, like the picture in an encyclopedia and a dictionary. Like this is what rap is.
like the Book of Eli.
I don't know what. you
Like
just-
okay, so in the Book of Eli, they had a Bible, and like it was after times. I don't know if an apocalypse happened or something, but there was people going through deserts, had nothing.
Right.
But Denzel Washington had a Bible, and he was going through towns trying to get it to what is that? Alcatraz. Alcatraz was a jail, and they was keeping all kind of books in there. And so he went through so much shit trying to get this book, this Bible here. It was basically like the person who gets this Bible is basically the person who has the power. Because they saw what the Bible would do to people. Or
Yeah,
how
it
it
ain't- I don't know if
controls
it's
people.
that.
No,
deep, but
Library of Congress is basically like a library for the United States. It's basically, and this is for the music portion of it. Like anything that is, like let's just say 1,000 years from now, they come up and they say the United States. You know, they look in that library. This is what was representing this particular country. You see what I'm saying? Or this place at this time, it might be inventions. You know, Facebook might be in the Library of Congress. You know what I'm saying? Because it was so revolutionary. So it's a super high honor to be in it because out of all the music, you know, they picked Jay-Z Blueprint to be in it. So I think it's dope. It's the oldest federal cultural institution that we have. So it's basically about this culture, the United States, the culture of the United States. Jay-Z's Blueprint now is part of that, cemented in that actual institution. So
That's dope. That's dope to be the speaker of hip hop and being added to a library of that. So
you know what I mean?
the New Orleans almost came out because we say library. And people like, when you go to places, you know, it's a library. So like in the library, fuck that. You know what I'm saying?
When I think about it, that's all Southern
I think
slang.
that's- yeah,
Man,
you
y'all
can't
went to the
just take that
library?
one.
Library, not brewery. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Library.
Who in the South gonna say library?
You said it just now.
No, I said library.
But fuck that. That's dope, man. Shouts out to Jay-Z. We like, and it popped up in the group, man. It's like, man, I'm sick of talking about this nigga, but he makes you talk about him for good reason.
Yeah.
So you can't help but talk.
Because in the group mess, I think it was about something else, wasn't it?
This here? No, it was this.
Okay.
That came up in it. I don't remember, but
That was that.
yeah.
And that's dope, man.
Shouts out to Jay-Z.
Shouts out to Jay-Z. Shouts out, since we giving shouts out to the Smiths, but Jada Pinkett Smith, for them being the move. Shouts out to Smith. Red Table Talk becomes the first Facebook show nominated for a daytime Emmy Award. So I think that's pretty dope. On Facebook, like, and that's what I read this shit, and that was what made me think about, like, it's nothing but a TV show, but she's the first to, or they're the first to do it this way. So yeah, it's the same old thing, but it's a new way to do it. So that's how things never get old. There's always something new to do, or something new to talk about, or a new way to do things.
Right.
And so shout out to them for being the first on Facebook to be nominated for a daytime Emmy Award.
That's dope. I mean, I like what they're doing in every kind of aspect or whatever. But they just finding a new way to reinvent themselves.
Exactly. That's hard to do.
But that I've seen a lot of places where people have an issue with that. I don't.
With what?
Like with them reinventing themselves or going cross market. Like at the end of the day, like the objective is to stay relevant and stay in the forefront. You're an entertainer. They are entertainers. They've made their mark off entertainment. Will started off as a rapper. And then an actor. He was a rapper and an actor. That's entertainment. So, you know what I mean? Jada is an entertainer. You got to find different ways to entertain.
So
That's what they're supposed to do.
Doesn't everybody reinvent themselves?
You're supposed to.
Are you going
Like, think about it. You
So,
at one point you was a football player. Are people
Exactly.
mad because now you got this job, or are people mad because you got a podcast? That shit's stupid. I hate when people say that. And some of the people, I seen saying it, reinvented themselves.
Exactly. Like,
shit.
shut up, stupid.
Well, so crazy. Like, you did the same thing.
Right.
Either that or you're dumb. One or the other. You got to pick either that or you're in the same place you were 18 years ago.
Yeah,
Or you don't want competition.
yeah.
'Cause
I feel like we've all been different things. Like, you know what I'm saying?
You
To
have
even
to be.
become a parent, you're reinventing yourself as something else. You know what I mean? Like,
You have to be like, not to base it off of money, but the most successful people are multifaceted. They have multiple businesses. They do multiple things. They don't do just one thing because it gets bored, it gets redundant, and it doesn't put you over the top of other things.
I know we say this all the time, but I just feel like we live in times that's just so weird and so stupid. Like, we worry about people reinventing themselves and stuff like that. DJ was just showing us a clip where somebody was messing with Adrian Bonner because he was flying in coach. So fucking what? I bet you I got a lot of money in my pocket flying in
Exactly.
coach. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
The person who took that video has less money.
but we see that a lot of these people who fly those private jets just got deals. Like, they're not paying for it, or if they are paying for it,
They're
they're
renting.
kind of dumb for paying for it because
Exactly.
you spending $25,000 and $40,000 to do that, and you're not even making that kind of money.
It's like a
to
$50,000
to
car ride.
keep up this facade.
Good persona.
Fuck, I'm gonna rent a
Yeah.
Lamborghini to drive to New Orleans for.
Right.
That makes no sense. Man, come on, I'm gonna rent this little Honda, and I'm gonna get to New Orleans the same time frame and and spend less money. So.
Well, I mean, we did have a homeboy that rented a BMW to go from Mobile to Destiny.
He damn sure did. I dropped the top and all on
Dropped
y'all
the
niggas.
top and everything.
My dog had the
Hey, I ain't
top
fucking with y'all.
down.
Nigga
Did
had
y'all
carried
see that in living color, man? They hit the big screen with
The reboot.
yeah, they
Is
come
it official?
yeah, well, it's the what is fucking award? The Tribeca Film Festival. They're doing like a pilot show for their 25-year reunion. So I think that's kind of dope. Like, if at late night you ever catch that little channel, I don't know which one it is, that still be playing A Living Color, you forget how funny. Not only do you forget how funny that shit was, you forget how much talent started and got their breakthrough in Living Color. Like, some of the top comedians or people in movies or entertainers, from J-Lo, from Jamie Foxx, not Ace Ventura, shit, my man,
Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey. Yeah.
And it's funny you mentioned both of those because on MTV2, I want to say it's MTV2 or MTV, one of them, but back to back, it's Jamie Foxx show and the Wayans Brothers. Both come from that show, and they both still dope. I look at that
that's
shit all
dope,
the time.
man.
That
And
shit
then
is
those was
funny.
black shows. Those were shows that black people produced, put together. It was ran by blacks, but they included all, and that's just dope. Because sometimes you don't really see shows, like that. They do need to bring little shows like that back. I think I would watch it. You know what I mean? Like, Netflix got all these different spaces for it, all the Hulu stuff. Like, that would be dope shows, man, to bring back, man.
I agree. So if it comes back, I'm ready for it. And some shit I think I probably want to watch because they was being pretty flagrant on that today. Like, Barron sent that little clip of Wildin' Out.
Yeah.
And they were going at each other for that shit was pretty.
Yeah, man,
and it was funny and good.
Oh, man, that shit's filled up. The girl got that shit on every
I think
DVR
Mhm.
channel.
And I think if you just watch it that way, it's dope. Like on YouTube, it's just a clip of the Wild Style or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Them
But-
niggas were going at each
But
other.
like how you watching that clip, that's kind of indicative of the show. The show be like that as a whole. Now I always
I used to
catch
watch
it.
it.
I only catch like little bits and pieces, but every time I catch it, the shit be funny.
Mhm.
So
I catch the parts like you said that it hit social media. But if you ever just watch it, like it'd be kind of good throughout.
I'll check it out.
But speaking of like TV, like I was thinking, I think HBO is like it went down.
I'm with you but they still have Game of Thrones for me.
Yeah, but that's like what they gonna do after June?
We gonna find out.
they still got Bill Maher.
They got Bill Maher and they have the girl.
They still got
California.
Vice.
Well, scripted shows.
They always have one. I think they'll come up with one. Like it's always either The Wire or Oz. It's never really
True
simultaneous.
What's
Yeah,
True
it's-
Blood on HBO?
Yeah, they had. Think about all those shows was around the same time.
No,
I don't know. No, because on my DVR,
they
it
kind
do-
of staggered
Yeah.
off each other. That's and they run like he said. They always keep one, so one runs into the next one.
So it probably will be Insecure. The black-
Insecure,
Yeah.
but like I think
Insecure.
Showtime has.
I never watched.
I think Showtime
It's dope. I
has,
like
They watch it, though.
has surpassed them. Showtime got some hits.
What's on Showtime?
They got Black Monday.
Never watched it.
That's good.
Only thing I watch on there is Billions.
Billions.
Only
Yeah, I
thing
just
I have
started
watched.
watching that.
Only thing I have watched. They still have boxing. I think.
Because HBO got rid of boxing. I just think that HBO really good at reinventing themselves and moving on. Like they don't want boxing anymore because they probably feel like the market shares for that is going down.
It is.
There's no need to stay in it anymore.
And there's no more premier boxers other than the ones.
And
who
you
are
can't get
being
good
pay-per-view.
fights no more. Like, you know what I'm saying? These people like wait, and it takes us 5 years to finally fight each other, and like, I don't know. I think I feel what you're saying. I don't think it's as much as HBO is going down as much as we're changing the way we consume stuff. Like you got Netflix now. You got podcasts that's popping up everywhere. You got YouTube shows. We just saw that Jada and them getting awards for a Facebook show. We got so many different ways to consume media that it's just a lot of these network shows aren't the only place to get it anymore.
You don't have to go through them anymore.
And they're still the most prime time of prime time.
Yeah,
like it's
HBO's
nothing
still
more
the top
prime.
dog.
It's nothing more top dog than the Bill Maher show right now. Like as far as that kind of show, or nothing more top dog than Game of Thrones right now.
Yeah.
So
They still
have the two highest rated shows.
Yeah, they still got the highest rated shows. Yeah, so they're gonna always still be king.
So until they fall off, I won't have the question about are they falling off because they haven't yet. But unless they come up with something else, maybe. But as of now, I'm sticking with them.
Cool.
Y'all saw the 2-man team? Goddamn, it's a 2-man club. The only 2-man in the world in that club. 100 billionaire club.
100 billion?
100 billion.
Was it Bezos and who?
Bill Gates.
Yeah, Bill Gates just crossed that 100 billion, or is at that 100 billion. They're the only 2 men in the world in that club.
Man, shouts out to the $100 billion club.
Yes.
Wow.
Is it centi? And I read that one time when we were talking about Birdman. They say he was a centimillionaire. I never knew what it meant. And so now they say that they're the only 2 centibillionaires. I'm guessing it's 100.
100.
So that's another story that Birdman is still worth $100+ million. So
Yeah. Hell yeah, Birdman gonna always be. I mean, that guy.
that's why it be crazy
catalog,
when people
man.
like that nigga broke, man. He ain't got no money. That's why that shit be weird.
I would love to see like what he made off streaming since they just released.
I know that
They made $1 million off me alone.
You know, we got so
I
much
went back
influence
in.
on our platform.
Let them know about our influence.
We got so much influence on our platform. I've been seeing ever since we've been talking about this Cash Money and let everybody know that it was out there. I'm starting to see that a lot of people are posting it, and we appreciate that. Because that's feedback for us too. But I bet you any kind of money, because I saw like 40 different posts from different people that just reposted albums that I know wasn't on there because I used to look for them.
I used to look.
Once a month I used to just go look. And then we have talked about on here number of episodes about how, dang man, Cash Money need to put these albums on there. They need to put this out. Baby heard us talking about it. Shouts out to Baby. We fuck with you. We know you fuck with us.
He tuned in last week.
Yeah, he tuned in and he was like, you know what? Let me get these young boys what they want. And shouts out to you, Baby, for doing
Appreciate
that for us.
Exactly. Shouts out.
Speaking of influence that the Dummies have,
We got a lot.
we got a lot of political influence too. We've been, and anybody who's been listening to our show know that we've been killing the state of Alabama for not getting us a lottery. The last couple of episodes, we've been killing them for not getting a lottery. We gave stats about all the money going to all these different places. Well, the Alabama senator has announced lottery plans. Basically, the state senator, I think it's Jim McClendon of Springville, announced this morning that he's introducing basically legislation to the Alabama lottery, basically about to form a committee. I think it was kind of dope how he said he wanted to do it. It'll be half and half, 50% going into the education fund, another 50% going towards infrastructure. But they have real plans to go towards the lottery. We just said a couple of weeks ago, I think maybe 2 or 3 episodes ago, we was talking about how the Creek bought the Mobile Press Register. I said on here, anytime you see the Creek making moves like that, they may have some ideas in their head of what's coming down the pipe. Now we seeing that the senator are getting in position. They said that they would have a gaming board, which... And we talked about the money that brings, just people wanting to gamble.
Yeah.
But another thing that we didn't really get into is the licensing fee. Like people coming in building these casinos, they're gonna have to pay millions of dollars probably to even obtain those license.
The license alone.
Then you have to pay to get the construction of these facilities and stuff. Man,
It's a lot of money.
come on, Alabama. Y'all going in the right direction.
Right.
with that.
It's a ton of money for the state, especially the good thing for me is half's going to that general fund and half's going to education. So, and they're going to try and put people in place who have no political ties to anyone so they can't voice those political ties. So hopefully it doesn't get tied up into that political thing. And these schools and this educational system gets the money that it needs. Because we're at the bottom of the however many states we have as far as education goes.
Oh,
So
definitely.
let's just eat off of even some of the states close to us, like Georgia. Be average. You get to go
Well,
to
I
college.
mean, we are late to the party because they all have it, but we're only like one of 5 states that don't have it.
Yeah, it's like I want to say it was 40 something. We want to be like I read a quote that said we want to be like the other 40 something states who has
45 has it.
yeah. So
We
it's,
don't. The only state because Mississippi is getting theirs,
Yep, they working on it.
and what is it? I just had it pulled up. It was
that means all of the
Alabama, Alaska, Hawaii, Nevada, and Utah.
And the big thing
Oh,
was
man,
all of
that's
the
a hell of
border
a list to be in.
Mississippi would make
And it
all
makes sense why Nevada doesn't have it because they
have gambling.
all the
They have
gambling
casinos.
world.
Right.
Yeah.
All the casinos. That, yeah.
Utah, Mormon,
So
Alaska, and Hawaii. I mean, you ain't going out there to, ain't nobody
Exactly.
going to the gas station in Hawaii to get a lotto ticket.
So that means Alabama would see a lot of its money going to all of its bordering states. Every last one of them if we don't get this lottery. If
Yeah.
Mississippi,
So,
soon as Mississippi gets it.
we got our eyes open. We gonna keep watching, and if we have to pull some more political strings, the Dummies definitely
Don't make
will
us do it.
We definitely
We
I
brought
want-
back cash money and gonna get a lottery.
we cooking.
cash
Hey.
money bringing back the money.
Hey, speaking of Alabama, I did want to get this little crazy list, man. It ain't got nothing to do with nothing, but I thought this was kind of crazy. I stumbled across it. But thanks to Alabama, I want to tell y'all some things that we get the luxury of using that you probably didn't know came from Alabamians. One of them was Wikipedia. It was started by a guy out of Huntsville, Jimmy Wells, in 2001, I think it was, somewhere around there. So I thought that was kind of crazy. The Super Soaker, my man from Mobile, he just got his hundreds of $1 million that they added to him. Beetlejuice, the movie Beetlejuice. The co-writer came from Alabama. Books A Million. That the guy who started that was from Florence, Alabama, and Shipped. Conecuh Sausage, some things just to name, all came here from the great state of Alabama.
And Reese Davis.
Hmm?
The
The commentator.
Yeah.
Reese Davis. Man. I saw the nigga. I see the nigga billboard leaving work. Reese
Yeah.
Davis from Alabama. Huntsville somewhere.
Yeah, something like that. That didn't have shit to do with nothing, but I just want to want to throw that shit out there.
I just want to be random head ass. Y'all interested in going to see that Us movie?
I want to see it, but I don't know if I go to the movie theater first week. But
I want to see it. Jordan Peele, he just got he got a nice style. We talk about it all the time, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just a different style that's totally him. So I want to see it. I don't know when I'm going to go. I don't know if I'm going to go to the movies and see it or what, but I want to see it.
It's on pace to sell 64 million, which is like the third. It's considered a horror movie, so it's like the third rated movie since like Halloween's reboot. But I've been seeing a lot of bad reviews about it.
I've been seeing bad reviews, but then
there's a ton of bad reviews.
I also seen that it's like a lot of symbolism in it, and that you have to
A lot of what?
Similar, blah, blah,
Yeah.
Similes.
I knew I was gonna fuck that
Metaphors
up, and
and
I had it in my mind. I just couldn't think of it.
But what is it? It's a lot of what in it?
Symbolism.
I'm not gonna say it. But so like
I help you, cuz.
you gotta
Say it
kind
after
of
me, head ass.
you gotta kind of think about it a little bit.
Dummy.
Yeah. So
And I'm
check it out.
I'm definitely gonna watch it because his last movie, it made me think, and I like to watch movies that make me think.
his
I
last
hope-
movie was dope.
Right, and plus I kind of have an idea of what it's about based off what he said, and it's something I would want to see if I could learn something from it. I think I said this when we discussed when it was first supposed to come out. The purpose of it is basically saying that we are our own worst enemy. So we got to learn how to get out of our own way. So I want to see if I can learn something from it to get out of my own way, if I'm in my own way. You know what I'm saying? So that's what
a
I
nice
want to.
self-reflection.
Very,
Yeah, you got to.
very good, Hooter.
Shut
I'm
up.
proud of you.
I said all the words right. All of my words was right, guys.
Something I wanted to talk about that I thought was like Courtney was complaining But like for some reason, I was actually paying
What?
attention this time.
A girl complaining?
Yeah.
You
So,
lying.
but like I was paying attention for some reason.
Don't do that no more.
Yeah. But it made me think because she was mad because the lady at the pharmacy or at the doctor's office, some called her Mrs. Anderson.
I never knew how to say it. I still always fuck that up. Mrs.
I think
Miss.
Mrs. is unmarried.
Okay.
Miss MISS is unmarried, right? Mrs. MRS is married,
Right.
and Miss MS is single.
I be.
Y'all welcome.
Anytime I ever type it, it's always MRS. No matter who I'm talking to.
MRS is somebody married.
I'm sorry
So
if they're
Mrs.
not.
Williams.
It's always MRS. Mr. James Brown.
Yeah, and I think the MISS is unmarried, but it's a
Like a
older
widow
unmarried.
or maybe a widow or something. I think it's widow.
It's something like that. I don't know. Hey, our
This ain't no
follow, our
fucking
listeners,
English,
man. Help us
Help us
out,
out.
man. Let us know.
We dummies.
But I think that's it. I really do think that's it.
Well, I think MS doesn't indicate any.
Like
MRS
marriage, divorce,
is
or
married. MISS is unmarried.
Um,
But I just thought it was crazy that like,
unmarried.
well, we don't have to do that. Like our
I'm
shit's the
Mr. no
same.
matter what.
Yeah.
Women are complicated, even in their goddamn
Even
Mr.
in-
and Mrs.
Like you got 3 ways I can mess
Mr.
up.
Charles head
There's
ass.
3 ways I can offend you without even knowing.
Don't you say Miss that way?
Right.
What the fuck, Miss?
That Mr. Charles
Mr. Charles, y'all. That's Uncle Charles. goddamn.
be like your aunt. Nigga, aunt had a boyfriend named Mr. Charles.
Right.
I think everybody knew a Mr. Charles. Goddamn.
Yeah, you
Charles
gotta
looked
have a Mr.
He was like
Charles.
he had 50 keys in a pocket full of change.
Mr. Charles finna come around here and fix that light.
Nigga fix anything. No, man, ain't
Mr.
working.
Charles around your aunt fixing more than the light.
Right.
He laying pipe too, though. He laying pipe while he fixing the light.
Yeah.
Something wrong with your carburetor.
That's fucked up when you're a little kid. You don't be knowing shit. Hey, Mr. Charles. Mr. Charles, like, go to sleep, nigga.
Want some candy?
Can't wait for your ass to go to sleep.
Yeah, sure give you some
He
candy.
be mad. Like, damn, why this nigga ain't sleep yet? Mr. Charles had shit to do.
Had to go back home to his wife.
Exactly, right there. He in and out. He in and out. He
But that shit be crazy.
quick handy man.
I'm with y'all with that.
I got I read some social media shit. I read a heading, and I have a question for you about not a heading, a tweet, a fucking Facebook post, whatever it is. But basically, what it says, my question is: do y'all think that good-hearted, family-oriented, traditional women, etc., are still valued? Because I asked that for the simple fact that their post was basically saying they're not valued.
Man,
Yes,
let me tell you
nobody
something.
wants a hoe. Like, I mean, that's just stupid. Hey, I had this on my notes, but like, men not like okay. This was on my notes. Men not raised badly. Y'all just not it.
And I don't think they can think that they're never it. Like sometimes I understand that I'm not in. I understand maybe she don't like an asshole. I can
Yeah.
admit that. Will a woman or one of these women who feel like they're the total package ever be able to admit, well, yeah, I have some flaws.
I shoot my shot at Gabrielle Union. I might not be her type. You never know.
I think
I'm just gonna have to accept I wasn't good enough.
You can't hoop, so you probably won't be.
Damn, fuck Dwayne Wade. He ain't gonna be able to hoop in a couple.
You gotta
of,
practice some more back there.
I just think with men and women, like admitting your flaws is admitting that something's wrong with you, right? And I don't think that everybody can handle admitting that they have flaws. Like they wanna, it's not me, it's them. Like it's everybody else but you. But I think overall, like I've heard that so much. Oh, men don't like good women. I don't.
Bullshit.
That's false. Like I don't know one man that I've been around that will say, "Oh, she doing all of that. I want her."
exactly. Hate
Know
your
what I'm saying?
family and I'm gonna like you.
I want to say the slut. No, no,
Shit.
no.
Just be nasty and family oriented.
There's some niggas do, and we call them names. But
I mean, do what you do.
Yeah, right. Maybe she was a good girl. to
Yeah,
him.
we don't know. Like just because I'm not saying just because you do whatever you do, if that's twerking or doing whatever you do, that makes you a slut. All I'm saying is, the men that I know that I've been around, and I got a lot of friends that are men. That you know what I'm saying from conversations. I think that overall, a man is still going to, and this is from my world, a man is going to still value
the
traditional women or women who are good women. Like I don't know nobody be like, hey, I want to get one of them girls that do this. Like they always, when you hear, it's always of women of quality. Sorry, and that ain't gonna change.
Right. So, and flaws, man. Speaking of flaws, man, I just got a question for y'all. Can y'all admit any of your flaws?
I can.
I can.
Give me one. Just one. The worst one, if you had to pick one.
Well, I think I'm a tie for sarcasm and only child syndrome.
With a sister.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, she 15 years younger than me.
I got you.
Mine might be heavily opinionated. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like when I feel like when I know in my head, when I know that something's right, like I don't really be one. I can't really. I'll listen to the other side and take the other side, but like if I feel like I'm right in what I'm saying, I'm gonna go with it. You know what I'm saying? And that could be tough law.
I'll go with sarcastic, but I'll add a second part to it. Sarcastic asshole. Because I am an asshole when I'm being sarcastic, not just the sarcastic. I got to add the asshole to it. Like icing on the cake.
Well, stop being an asshole.
But you
That
know
shit
what?
hard, man. Like, because it be like, in food, I don't be trying to do it, but that shit just naturally come out. Like, it's just a.
But the
Response
crazy part,
mechanism.
and then like, it bothers me when people are like, oh yeah, what you said offended me. But like, I never say anything. Besides y'all, I never say anything to purposely offend anyone.
Yeah, you do.
No, well, y'all. But like normally, like if I'm generally speaking with somebody, like
To them directly.
yeah,
Gotcha.
if I'm just being sarcastic or funny. I think I'm just being funny. I'm not purposely trying to offend you.
And I think that's a perfect segue because I wanted to ask that question, and I know that'll bring on another conversation. Purposely trying to offend somebody. That came up when I was listening to Cash Money music this week, and it just seems like them niggas was purposely trying to offend somebody, or I can see how you can purposely take it as an offense. So I just want to let's go over to that, man. Cash Money. What do y'all think about this Cash Money being on all of these streaming services, and what effects and things like that did it have on your life?
I mean, I loved it. I mean, being on that because it took me back to that time. But listening to it with 2019 years, I was like, whoa.
Exactly. That's what my question gonna be. Do you think their music will live today?
They would get killed for it.
Yeah. But I was having a conversation with my friend Drew. And we was talking about
Nigga, I ain't never met Drew. He can't be your friend.
Yeah,
bro.
that
We
can't
meet
be
him.
your friend. Don't say friend. You just know that nigga.
Yeah,
my friend Drew.
we don't know that nigga.
I was talking to my homeboy Drew. And me and Drew was talking about, we always have nice conversations, and we was talking about how certain things that you can do in the 80s or 90s or in 2000s may not be accepted in today's climate. And granted, we understand that they were wrong, or they're wrong now, but at that time they weren't wrong. Like people laughed or they enjoyed it. And we know as times progress, things that we call stuff evolve. Like if it was someone who has and it's so crazy because it's hard to even know what to say because words change and words evolve. So when I feel like sometimes when we listen to certain stuff, don't get me wrong, there's some stuff that's just universal across the board. But I think some of this stuff that, we go back and we kill people for, we also have to remember what those times consisted of. Not everything, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want nobody to be like, well, then if that's the case, you're excluding X, Y, Z. But I feel like, when we listen to something from 1980 and we listen to it today, you might be like, ugh.
Yeah. Well, when you listen to it, do you still do that? Or do you understand that you can see why somebody else would do that? Me personally, I don't do that. Like if I hear something vulgar, I'll be like, oh shit, he said that, but I'm not feeling the kind of way about it.
I take it within the context.
Right.
Yeah, right. So
because it was one thing, like I want to say it was BG or somebody, but just like I walk through the club asking every chick, hey, bitch, what's up? Like, who? But I remember being in the club, not saying it that way, but like just shooting that.
They're like, what's up? To all of them.
Yeah.
How you doing?
But
he's not necessarily walking up to say.
And then he was like, yeah, I see my old work, and I passed her ecstasy. So I was like, oh.
She probably, that sounded like she accepted it. To be.
But yeah, but still, like no rapper is saying, but I remember those times being in the club. I wouldn't even know how to go to a club. Like, me and Courtney was eating breakfast this morning. She was like, could you imagine being on the first date? I was like, fuck no. That shit would annoy the fuck out of me. Like
right now today,
having to get to know somebody.
I don't want to know
my
nobody.
favorite color is. Man, get the fuck out of here, man. I ain't trying to tell you my stories over again.
You got a favorite color?
I do. It's gray.
I can rock with that.
Oh, fucks with it.
That's fitting. A
Gray.
gray ass.
Straight in the middle. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
You'll think that nigga should be like neon or something, though.
I think some aqua. He look like an aqua nigga.
I still don't know what the fuck aqua is.
You an aqua nigga, blue nigga.
Your fuchsia
lightish
looking
blue,
ass.
sky blue.
I wanted to kind of pivot. I wanted to talk about something kind of.
Just don't change your foot.
I just want to talk about something that's a little bit different than. That nigga tickled by his joke too. Look, let's let it. I looked over there. He was trying to hold his little smile in and shit. That nigga, he was tickled by his joke. But no, I want to talk about superstitious DNA testing, man.
Hold on, say that again.
Superstitious DNA testing. We talk a lot about stop and frisk. Everybody here is familiar with the stop and frisk term. Basically, where they stop people, shake them down. Where superstitious, DNA testing is basically where it was found in NYPD. We saw they're notorious for using this, right? So let's say that you have to go in for questioning for whatever kind of reason that you have to go into questioning for, right? And they may offer you a cigarette. You know, you smoke, you nervous, you don't know what you're in there for. They offer you a cigarette, they offer you something to drink.
DNA.
They clean that whole table up before they bring you in there. They wipe it down, smooth it, whatever. Because what they want to do is they want to get your DNA off of that item.
Yeah.
The crazy thing about it is, with that DNA that you just left, in most states, you need a warrant to collect DNA testing. Now, if you get questioned, you know that you have the right to remain silent. You know that. You also know that if you're getting questioned, hey, I want my attorney. Everybody knows that, right? But with this DNA testing, it's kind of secret.
So you don't have that
If
right?
you don't know you have that right, but most people don't know that. Like, think about it. I'm going to smoke this cigarette. I'm going to drink this drink. I'm going to just leave it here. Well, if you leave it, that's theirs.
So what you
And
got
they
to do
can
with
collect.
it, though?
You have to tell them, I do not give you consent to use anything that I just used here. I don't give you consent to use my drink can. I don't give you consent. That cigarette butt that you give me, I do not give you consent to use that. And it's important that you say that because what they do is not only, even if you aren't in that related case, that goes into a DNA database and it stays there forever. So
Pick
if
up
anything
anything.
ever comes about, you're in that database.
So me being in there for a speeding ticket, they get my data, and if I do some shit,
Well, if it's
later.
DNA related.
Right,
So
yeah.
it has to be something probably with a DNA
Yeah, but I'm saying
type
if they
case.
investigate me for a murder that I was nowhere close by,
And
you
I'm
know,
glad
my
that you
shit.
said that because I'm gonna come to that. But like they even take it as young as kids of 13. So imagine if you're a 13-year-old, you've never done anything, but they've gotten your DNA, they have that for lifetimes. And that's illegal. You know what I'm saying? And to your point, there was a gentleman in California. The gentleman in California was brought in for questioning, spent 5 months in jail for a homicide. They said that he was on the alleged scene of a homicide because they matched DNA testing up to this particular gentleman. What happened was his lawyer, luckily he had a lawyer, he had an attorney who was on the case, who was fighting for his rights. His attorney found that his client was actually the guy who was in jail for 5 months, was actually in the hospital at the time this particular homicide took place. His DNA, though, was found on the scene. The way that they found his DNA on the scene was when he got sick and had to go to the hospital, the ambulance that took him was the same ambulance that responded to the homicide scene. And that's how his DNA got there. So DNA is it's circumstantial evidence. It's not concrete because you can contaminate somebody by like, hey, I just picked the
about
previous
walking by.
3 people up and I just dropped all their DNA off at your house.
Right.
So it's kind of crazy. It's just something I know a lot of people don't know about their rights. You know, we know about, I don't want to talk, or hey, get me an
That's
attorney.
it.
But if you drink anything in there or you smoke anything in there, make sure you cover yourself and say, hey, I don't give you guys the right to keep any of this stuff in here. And if you say that, that's no longer admissible unless they get warrants to get that stuff. So
That's good. That's dope. That's good to know, man.
Take
That's
my
a-
soda can with me.
Exactly. Put that bitch in
in
my
your
pocket.
pocket. Hey, you remember when you
My
leave, you step
can.
on that bitch and
Yeah.
crunch it?
It's my can. And put that bitch on your bike tire. Make the noise.
Taking that bitch right with me. I'm taking that bitch home.
Right.
Fuck
And
y'all.
speaking
still
of that,
thirsty.
there was a guy in San Francisco. He was framed for murder in San Francisco by the cops. He just got he did like 5 years. He got out of jail. He got a $13.1 million settlement. But he said that's just the tip of the iceberg. he lived in like the same. He was like a guy's neighbor, or his friend actually. His name is the guy who was framed, Jamal Truelove. He was an aspiring actor who spent 8 years actually in prison after police officers framed him for murder. He received $13.1 million from San Francisco on Tuesday. This past Tuesday, the city's board of supervisors unanimously approved the settlement 4 years after Truelove was acquitted of killing his friends. So he did 8 years. Then he had to wait 4 more years in order to get this settlement. But he's going back for more, man.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. The whole thing was the cops withheld a lot of evidence just to kind of prove their point. And of course, nothing happens to them.
That's sad.
That's
they were-
crazy.
And they talk about killers and people like that. Like, you got to have like some kind of like, it's something cold-blooded
in
about
your
you
head,
to sit
like,
there
man.
and I know that this person probably didn't do this, but I just want him to go down anyway. It got to be something really fucked up with you too.
That's
Deeply.
like,
Deeply.
I want to, because it's interesting to me, so I want to bring it up, but I didn't know how I was going to bring it up. I wasn't going to bring it up at all, but the No ID channel is doing a special on Wayne Williams. Y'all remember him from the Atlanta child murders?
Child murder.
But, like, I didn't remember that, like, he's in jail for killing 2 adults, and they just kind of put those kids on him, but he never was tied. I mean, he knew him, and, you know, but they never got him on those murders. It was just like a lot of people think that they wanted to find somebody to put it on so bad that they just, shit, we already got him. He a murderer.
And I wonder what's the reasoning behind that? Do you just want anybody to say, "Hey, I caught somebody for this case or for this murder"?
So because public, you know, like it's not
They
they're
want
not
it
frantic
solved.
anymore. Yeah,
They
Like,
want it solved.
Look, this
It's a lot of
who did
different
it.
reasons. It's just like, you know, when you push people to do the wrong, like, you can push people to do the wrong things. Like, you know, how we saw like some of these business entities that work on sales and quotas. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes if you push that shit so much, people start doing unethical things to
Yeah.
get
Get that
those
money.
results. Just because it becomes more about the results than actually what they doing. I don't think that police work should ever be like that, but
Right,
we
but
see
with
that happens.
With that, do they get the actual results? Because let's say you arrest this wrong guy, and then the guy who actually did it goes do the same crime next week.
That happens.
Is there any results? Really?
That happens.
But also they cannot report that anymore. And then if it's not reported, then does it really happen?
But is it not worse to have more reports of separate? Like,
We talking about the police. They ain't got shit to do with what's right.
It's just crazy because going back to that story that I was talking about with the surreptitious, whatever the shit is, I keep fucking it up, data collection,
Fucked up data.
DNA collection, yeah. 2 things. One, of course, this is not gonna come as a shock, but just like stop and frisk, it heavily affects people of color and people from low income
Us.
situations because they don't have the attorneys and things, and they don't
Right.
know like my man in California only found he had an attorney on payroll, so they was able to help him. But there was a case in Alabama where a man just was convicted of 2 murders from 20 years ago, and the way they got him,
DNA.
they did the fucking
The
shit.
can. You want a cigarette?
No. They got my man with the.
You want some chicken?
No, where you from? Where you come from? What's that shit? The genealogy, the DNA.
The 23me or something.
23me.com.
No,
Yeah,
not
something.
that. It's fuck, man. What is that shit, man? That people go on Ancestry and Meat.
Ancestry, yeah.
My man put his
Ancestry.com.
DNA in that thing. They said, "Oh, we found them." 20 years.
That's crazy. So Ancestry shares their shit with the cops?
It's a database. It goes into the national
Damn.
database that the police keep. So they had his DNA from back then, and it just finally matched up. They said for 20 years that man lived as far as they know, he's never been arrested, nothing. He was married with kids, all that, and he raped 2 women and killed them and put them in the trunk of a car. And when he put that DNA shit in there, I'm not saying. And my purpose of that story wasn't to say how to get away with a
him.
crime.
Yeah, not to
So
protect
in this case, and that might have been
But it's
contradicting
to
what I just said.
protect
I'm
yourself.
glad that they caught whoever the man that they just caught with this. But I'm saying that to say that you do have rights for people who are not guilty of doing something.
I hope ain't no
Right.
killers listening to us. Them niggas need
hope
to stay
not
far away.
either,
Stay far away. Stay far away, goddamn. We don't want you. But But that's crazy. I agree, man. Know your rights. I'm glad you told me that because if I'm ever in that situation, I know to at least say that.
And that be a lot of the problem. Like legal,
just know
like
what to say.
just a bigger thing is legally. We don't legally know our rights. And I remember I was talking to somebody about that. Like even if you legally know your rights, man, sometimes them people they still bully you because they know they can get away with it for the most part. You know what I mean? So I don't know.
You be trying to do whatever it is to get out of there.
I don't know. That was kind of a crazy ass story. And I want to give another big shout out. Fuck that. Pivot to some great news. I want to give a shout out to an 8-year-old. He was living in a homeless shelter in New York, but he's just became the New York chess champion. He wants to be a grandmaster, basically. He's a Nigerian refugee. I can't pronounce his name, but he's 8. He took first place in New York in the New York State Scholastical Championship tournament. And I want to give a big shout out to him, man. We don't see a lot of stories. He's a black kid living in New York, living in a homeless shelter, but is a master at playing chess. So shouts out to him.
Shouts out to him. That's a dope story. I did get a chance to read that. And the first thing that came to mind is just give us the opportunity or put us in a situation or put kids in a situation or to have an opportunity and they'll succeed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that made me think about those kids last week with the parents who were cheating for their kids, basically. If your kid is good, they're going to be good. Just give them the opportunity. Don't cheat the system. It's called, I was reading something, it's called snowplow or something like that. Snowplow parenting. Basically moving every obstacle out of your kid's way. And they basically grow up to be douchebags. Yeah. And so that when you do that, you're raising douchebags.
Or look down upon, like even like I don't know, and this could be because we come from a different perspective of it. You know what I mean? So we can't understand that. We'll never be able to understand that all the obstacles removed. There's just no way. We're born not understanding that shit. And I'm gonna talk to y'all about that off air. It's something else I want to talk to y'all about. But I just feel like when they have all the obstacles removed, like I feel like, and again, I mean, I can't understand it because of where I come from. I would be more appreciative and be like, man, you know, I won't look down upon people or something, but for you to sit there and like, you know that you had all these obstacles removed for you, and then you'll turn around and say, them people just take and they don't work hard. Fuck out of here.
With that, I wonder if we will, if we didn't have those obstacles. Maybe those obstacles taught us to be more grateful.
That's why I said I may not understand.
So I would hope that we would, but even I think so for the simple fact that even though I can give my kids better, I still make them struggle sometimes just because.
And honestly, I feel like we are, like you said, I think it's something to be said for going through those obstacles and going through those hurdles. And like, you know, sometimes I look back at, and I don't say this as a, oh, look where I'm at now kind of thing, but you do look back at where we came from and some of the things that we had to overcome. And like, hey, man, shit could have been a lot different. Mm-hmm. We look at it. Man, I still see stories on a daily basis for some of them young kids, what they got to go through in some of those situations, and some of them not making it out. You know what I mean? Right. It could have easily went a different way. Easily.
For me, it probably should have.
Yeah, it
probably should have.
Some show that it should have. Hell yeah.
I mean, I see people that was like, my dog in elementary, middle school, and like, their life went a totally different way.
I know killers I grew up with. We played sandbox football, and he's
so,
killer, and I went to college.
I was just looking at a picture. It was 5 dudes in the picture. 2 of them dead, 2 of them in jail, and 1 of them just he out here. He do pretty well for himself. But it was just like looking at that picture and looking at all 5 of them, was like, damn, that's crazy.
I could have been that guy right there.
But you know, like even when we was in the locker room, you know, at UAB, like I remember, like, and we've talked about this before. It's been a minute, but I remember, like, you know, I had a family member who, like, nobody told him to go to school. Like, he didn't have his direct, like, his mom and all of them. Nobody ever told that man to go to school or nothing. Like, they was working and they was doing what they had to do. So it was people, and he was just one of many. You know what I'm saying? Nobody telling him to go to school. And I remember being in the locker room talking to, you know, some of the guys who came from different places, and they was like, what do you mean? Why don't you just go to school? Just get up and go.
No,
I like,
not that easy.
It's not like that. Like when you're 13, 14, and nobody's giving you any guidance or nobody's there to tell you, you're going to do what you do, and you're going to look up to, a lot of the times, the wrong people.
Because I try to think about my experience with it. And I didn't think I was going to college until my senior year after football season, which means December, January, February of my senior year, when most more privileged kids are thinking about that shit in the 9th and 10th grade.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't I hadn't taken any exit exams or any exams to get into college, like the SAT, ACT, or any of that.
Do you think that they're like
Prep.
because
What's the fucking prep? I don't
because
know
of that?
prep.
Because like we in some cases, and I'm just being transparent. In some places, not being accustomed to succeeding outside of sports or something like that. Do you think that they had a impact or a bearing on your life? And if I need to lay more context, what I'm saying is like I remember at UAB, it was time to get ready to graduate.
Mhm.
Like the whole time, like they're like, okay, you done? You got to go apply for graduation stuff. The whole time, I'm literally like thinking like, man, I'm gonna get up there. They ain't gonna have my name up there. Like I ain't graduate. Like no way I graduated. Like that shit don't work like that. Like
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? I just kept feeling like the worst was finna happen as I'm walking up there, and I was like, I said my name, and I was like, man, this shit ain't gonna be up here. And it was there, and I was like, okay, shit, this is for real. But the whole time, nigga, I'm at graduation, not thinking I'm finna graduate.
Crazy. Speaking of graduation, nigga, I graduated without graduating. Like I had a whole nother class, so I was like, man, I'm gonna go up here and do this, but I don't even know if I'm gonna really graduate because I don't know if I'm this class I gotta finish. I had to take another class the next semester in order to be done. So I was like, shit, I'm walking though. My mama gonna see me walk. I'm gonna have this goddamn this extra little whatever that shit is across my chest.
I told somebody that they was like, y'all can do that. They couldn't do that at their school, but UAB did. Like if you had one more class or
Yeah,
two
a
more
couple
classes,
more. Yeah,
they'll let you go ahead and walk. Cause I could have walked in the May session, but for that reason, I was like, nah, let me go and finish.
Shit, I was like, fuck that. I was
Fuck around and get lazy.
I was the rest of my friends would have been gone. I was like, I'm going with my friends. Fuck it. So December 2007, I think it was.
Yeah,
And I wrecked my mama car that night, and she didn't even know it till like a week later. I'm trash.
that nigga probably tried to.
I just admitted it just now to her.
Try to put some little tape on it.
What? Hang on. You just admitting right now?
Well, she asked me about it, and I lied. I'm sorry, mama, but I was in her little two-door Explorer, and I was somewhere. We had went to like a little party downtown, like on the south side somewhere. I don't know. And then I had went in Homewood, and then I was in her car, backed up. I hit something back there. I was like, oh shit, and I pulled off. It was like a tree or some shit. And I pulled
crime,
off,
but
and I
okay.
looked at it at night drunk, and it looked cool. But then like a week later, she was like, "There's a dent in the back of my car. You know what happened? I don't know what you talking about, mama. Sorry."
Somebody hit you.
That nigga so trash. But you brought up those college cheating people. I don't know if y'all saw the story that broke about how they was doing it, but did y'all know that part of it they was funneling money. They was putting it into the guy who was setting up. They was putting money into his fund for a nonprofit that was supposed to go to underprivileged kids, like people like us who's sitting here, who didn't necessarily have all the assets and things that they had.
And I saw that, and some of those same kids, or I don't know if they feel, they probably didn't feel it, but their parents filled it out as if some of those white kids were black and impoverished. Which was crazy. They can afford to pay $500K to somebody on the side in order to go pay another $500K to go to college, and you just gotta lie that you're black. Like,
That shit was just.
does that not make you think like I gotta lie and say I'm black in order for my kid to get into school? But I'm looking down on black people.
Yeah. I was watching
Make that make sense.
It's crazy.
a Vice News, but there was like, it's so many spots that's already held for people like legacy at these big schools, you know. Like that's the spot taken away. And then you got these kids paying to get in school. That spot's taken away. So man, and then people want to talk like you said, you want to talk about affirmative action. Like, God damn, if it was up to y'all, shit, my parent would have to go there for me to be able to go there. What the fuck is wrong with y'all?
Either that or pay $900K.
Oh, pay, yeah.
Yeah.
Mom couldn't pay $900.
I mean, and we staying on things that are unfair. We already gave out a nice shout out to Shepard, Harris and Associates. Make sure you get at them for any tax needs or accounting needs. But did y'all see that Amazon? They're paying $0 in taxes off of, I think it was like $11 billion that profit that they made in 2018, and they not paying a cent in taxes. Y'all saw that?
Makes no sense. But I kind of think of it in the aspect of however many employees they have. Is it like they have 100,000 kids? maybe as write-offs. Still doesn't give an excuse. They should still pay something. But
I mean,
I
because
wonder if it's kind of looked at like that.
all those employees are paying taxes. They're collecting sales taxes. So it is kind of weird, but like Exxon does it too. Like they
a lot
don't
of
pay.
big
All of
companies,
those
GE,
big
a lot of
boys,
the big
yeah.
companies do.
So I mean, they're putting a lot of money into the
And that's how I look at it.
taxes.
That's how I look at it.
Yeah, all your employees.
So are they paying taxes through other people or
And
through other means?
sales taxes? Well, we're paying it, but it's for through Amazon.
But fuck that. 11 billion, you can pay one.
But the thing with the ultra rich and companies like that, they look at it's a difference between your capital gains tax
Yeah.
and income tax. People, the poor, basically how they said, people with the lower income, they find ways to give away their money, income tax. So all your income is being taxed, whereas capital gains tax is a lot different. And so, with them, I guess some of the incentives and breaks they get is because they're creating so many jobs and they're creating so much revenue for the actual country itself that, that's why they get some of those breaks that they get.
So how do you feel about that? Do you feel they should pay something?
Yeah, I just feel like it could be something. Like, I feel like if you just take a company that just made $11 billion,
I wonder if that's minus what they had to pay out. So I wonder if that's 11 billion profit or what's profit?
I think that's profit.
Then pay something. Fuck
Yeah.
that.
Like,
If 11 billion is profit, pay something.
these companies are getting profit, man.
Yeah,
Some of these
I know
big
that, but
like,
is
they're
it
getting
11
profit.
billion?
Yeah. But the bottom line, like, if you just take some of these bigger companies, corporations, and you do say, hey, pay $5 million, just something to add into it, I'm pretty sure we can find things to do with it.
10, 15. I mean, we getting taxed at damn near 30, 27% or something.
Damn near too damn much.
So
Shit, I'm sick of paying them. I need to build me a small Amazon. Some shit. But shouts out Amazon and Bezos again. He finds a way to continuously come up. Continue to employ people in many areas. I'm cool with that.
We definitely for capitalism, I'm definitely not a knock against the corporations. It's just that like it would probably benefit if everybody could pitch in.
Such as Bill Gates. He's on that $100 billion list, but we know that he's giving away $20 billion to charities.
Yeah,
and
man, that man
different
giving away
funds
100% of his assets when
and
he leaves.
You know what I'm saying?
I want to say like his kids getting like
I think he changed it to half.
Well, no, it's
most
Buffett
of-
I'm thinking about anyway.
Yeah,
he's getting rid of all
Yeah.
his.
Bill Gates doing half.
Bill Gates say, well, his kids only getting like $10 million.
Yeah.
I mean, I say only,
but
when you talking about
compared to-
$100 billion,
It's only.
like damn, give me one of
In
them.
that instance, it's only.
Yeah.
But
Like that's 1% of your
I still go back to what Huda said, man. The $100 billion club, that's crazy.
2 niggas.
Wow.
2.
Shit, that's crazy.
That's a hell of a club to be in, boy. But of course, we know with this divorce, if it happens, is it supposed to happen with Bezos? Do we
I don't
know?
know.
I don't know if it's finalized.
If it happens, they may change things, but still, he's probably going to be second.
Still can say that choose $100
He'll
billion.
get it.
And he's like 163, so let's say they give her 63.
Shit, a
Still
couple of
a-
more years.
still a
I mean,
money.
well, let's say they give a half, but shit, he making $11 billion a year.
That's crazy, cuz. $11 billion. Shouts out to y'all. How y'all bracket looking, man?
My shit. I mean, I got
Busted and
potential,
disgusted.
but it's not busted. I think I'm missing a few Sweet 16 teams, and I'm doing all right. But it's exciting. I love the thrill of it. It makes you watch every game. But how your bracket doing before I switch?
I think I'm in like the 89 percentile.
That's dope.
89 percentile. Still not good enough. I'm like 5th or 6th place or some shit.
Yeah, and shouts out to the people who participated in
Thank
the
y'all.
dumbest bracket, man. I looked up one day, it was like 6, 7 people, and then I looked up and it was 30 plus. So shouts out to all y'all participating. Don't forget, hold us accountable. We got a nice package for whoever wins the dumbest bracket, and we're gonna take care of you.
We got you.
We see a lot of names on there that look for me. It's a lot of people I didn't really know who they were. So if you set up one of those names that we don't know who you are, make sure if you are the winner of the bracket, you do holler at us and let us know, who you are, so we can make sure we get your package.
And whoever's at the bottom is getting the dummy of the week.
Dummy.
Oh, question. So this is tournament time. You know, the games has been exciting. You know, group chat been lit with. Damn, did y'all see that? Damn, that was a dumbass play. Damn, Ty probably would call that dumbass play. All those type of things has been said. But would a football tournament, same amount of teams be as exciting?
Maybe, but it probably not because this all happens like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. There's no way possible.
There's no way
for
possible
football
to do it, but just
It's so spread out that it can't build up that hype like this.
And
with
honestly,
the upsets be.
it wouldn't be 64 football teams you can put up there and
It's
even
4.
and
Well,
enjoy. I mean, but
It's tough with 4.
to compete, no, it just wouldn't.
There's no
it
way
wouldn't
possible.
be good.
There's no way possible for it to be 64, but
Think about-
1 versus 16
Let's
blowout.
let's think about
Second round would be a blowout.
think about
All of it.
think about the final 4 in football. Sometimes one of those games is a blowout.
Yeah.
In the
And
final
it's
4.
because you got to think, if I can only have like 12 scholarship basketball players out of the whole entire country, I'm getting some good ass players. So a lot of these teams that we see who we be, like the Gonzagas now. I remember when Gonzaga used to be like a Cinderella upset, and now look at their programs.
Powerhouse.
Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? We just saw was it Murray State with my man?
got drilled.
You know what I'm saying? They got drilled, but I'm just saying like
They play good.
They're formidable.
Their
You
first
got-
game was an upset.
Yeah, you got all Wichita State. They're not in it this year, but I'm saying like these are places where a lot of good hoopers end up being at, and they get into the tournament and they always make noise.
I've always looked at it like, for the most part, if you make it to D1 college basketball, you're pretty good. Because I know a lot of good basketball players who couldn't cut it. Or had to go
That didn't
JUCO
make it to D1.
or D2 or somewhere, and they were ballers. You know what I'm saying? So
And like a D1 player at the lowest school, when they come in the gym, like they busting niggas' asses. Like they really good.
easily, man. Easily. If them boys coming to wreck, Mo Finley gonna shoot your lights out.
Mo Finley. Yeah.
Mo Finley gonna shoot your lights out.
Shout out Mo Finley. He used to tell me to
Shout
shoot
out,
that
man.
hoe.
I
I mean, he didn't say it like that. He
I
was.
don't know why he told you that.
Oh boy, I been shooting there shit.
Missing everything.
So
You just gotta shoot it. Huh?
nobody remember the misses, only the makes.
No wrong with that.
Did y'all see that? They wanted Michigan State's coach Tom Izzo. They wanted him to apologize for yelling at one of his players. Did y'all see that?
Fuck
Yeah.
that. Holler at that nigga some more.
He basically said that he's not apologizing either.
He shouldn't. I'm glad.
Like, man, I don't know one coach who hasn't hollered at me that I knew still actually loved me. Like, man, in that moment, players holler at players. Coaches holler at, is that what y'all gonna go to next? The players can't holler at the players?
And Izzo said, I mean, what's wrong with challenging a player that made a mistake? This kid made a mistake. It's something we practice over and over again. It's something he's supposed to know. What's wrong with challenging that kid?
That's that everybody gets a trophy mentality.
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
matter what, no matter how good you are, how bad you are, you were good.
And
No,
to be
you
honest,
weren't.
Trophy and orange slices.
just
Fuck
the-
them orange slices and that damn stupid ass trophy.
You mad about the
You
orange?
good or you? Oh yeah.
He mad about the orange. Good.
And to be honest, man, just like a little inside scoop, like from playing football, playing sports, coaching definitely matters. But coaches also get rewarded and they get punished sometimes based on a player that actually supposed to know better. Like in practice, they'll show you that same scenario. They'll tell you what to do, how to do it, what it'll look like. But when you get in the game, you do something different. You see something different sometimes and you react different. And that coach gonna get in trouble for it. He may get all the
Why
flack
did he
for
call
it.
that play?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And
Well,
so
I
they get a
didn't.
lot of things, and sometimes that's a lot of the coach's frustration. It's just like being a parent. You get more mad at your child if it's something you've told them over and over again. Who
Yeah.
just said that, my daughter knew not to have that phone. She knew not to go to these places, but she still did it. So as a result, she lost it. And that's a lot of what happens in coaching. You absolutely have been coached not to do that shit, but you still do it. So sometimes they lose their cool. I don't know what world we live in where a coach can't yell. I've never been apologized to by no coach, and I've played from 5 all the way to 23. And I never was apologized to.
I wish the principal would tell me to get her phone back. You, nigga, give me your phone.
Right.
What's wrong with you? Nah, she ain't getting his phone back. That's basically what they're saying. Trying to tell Izzo to give his player the phone back. Nah, man, like, he messed up. It's okay for me to tell him he messed up. Like,
Oh, man, yelling at a kid like
that's that snowplow shit. Get every obstacle out their way and try to make it big. But
like,
that's
that's
not going to help
crazy.
them in the game.
And we've said this before, but it was so much about sports that taught you about the game of life. You know what I'm saying? It's a game of ups and downs. You have to manage the highs and manage the lows. You can't never be up too high before you're getting down. Something knock you back down. You gotta forget the next play, move on. It's super indicative of life. It teach you time management skills. It's so much stuff that you learn in it. And a lot of times, a lot of these coaches do prepare you for the real world outside of it. You ain't finna go to work and not get chastised for making bad decisions or making bad mistakes. So
that shit teach you a lot, man.
Because playing
punctuality, most importantly, punctuality.
Yeah.
Football taught me to never be late because nigga, I ain't trying to roll and run. Fuck out of here.
Because playing Navico Park, it taught you that everybody don't play by the rules. Like
Okay.
you just got to overcome it.
all right, Jack, Jack coming. Get him, Jack.
I mean, sometimes you just got to overcome some
cheating.
nasty cheaters.
I feel good. Damn.
Dirty ass cheaters.
Damn, cuz. Navco, get that nigga.
Y'all see that the Big Baller brand cut ties with the co-founder? Good.
I was most surprised that nigga was still wearing Big Baller shoes.
I didn't know he was.
That's why I was surprised.
Was he still wearing them?
I guess. I don't know.
I hope not. I hadn't heard anything about any Big Baller 2. The ZO2s was supposed to come out. I ain't
heard none of that shit.
So good. I thought his daddy was the co-founder.
His dad been real quiet lately too.
He been talking shit about something. He said something recently. You trade my son, that's gonna be the worst thing you like at the trade deadline. You trade my son.
Yeah,
he
say something every
Let me tell you something. The gig up now, man. Your son done played a year or two now. Like, hey, the gig is up now.
I was a fan of his, man, and I thought he was gonna succeed, but he ain't it.
It's just too many antics.
man.
I mean, I like the idea of the ownership of Big Baller brand. They was trash. The shoes was definitely ugly. But it was something about, no, I'm not finna sign with you. I'm finna make my own shoe. That's the part that I like, the entrepreneurship of it.
Have a better plan next time.
Yeah.
I just hate, like...
And I mean, it's a learning experience. You know what, to me, what he did, and this is the good thing that I feel like, I know that he did it. It's a young kid somewhere right now.
Zion.
He sparked that mind or that mentality for him and his parents or him and whoever around him to help do the same thing, but they're going to do it a little bit better. That's all they did. And I could appreciate that.
I just hate how bad they failed at it. Like, nobody got their shoe.
But when you the first person...
Right.
And I'm not going to say first person because,
Is it a fail?
Yeah.
It depends on how
If you have a shoe company and don't sell shoes...
How many people have a shoe company?
Well, shit, I can say I have a shoe company, but if I never sell a shoe...
But you don't.
Okay, I got a shoe company.
You don't, though.
Okay, I'm going to get one next week.
But that's what I'm saying. Like when
It costs $100.
Think about the first motherfucker who probably tried to make a car or an airplane. Like it
The Model
only,
T guy.
yeah, like you gotta keep at it. So like I said, only if he didn't do anything but spark the next generation to start thinking about ownership. Like just think about if you can, like just with rap. It used to be, we talked about this before, sign a deal. No, I'm not signing the deal. I'm going to do my own thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's needed because you are a big market share. Like, you're our brand. You are walking around. And if you can figure it out and get with somebody who can design and actually make something that's a better shoe than what they did, you might be in the game.
So another question. If he really failed, because is it done? Like, is there still a Big Baller brand or he just cut that guy out?
I
don't know, but like I think that guy was like the money guy. I think that's his homeboy who had money.
He was the stealing money guy. He couldn't account for $1.5 million that was missing out of Lonzo's personal accounts. So apparently he wasn't the money guy.
I don't know if it's the same. Well, that could be both the same.
Well, no, he probably was the money guy, and that's why the money was gone.
Get his ass out of there, and is Big Baller brand out of there though?
Like who the fuck got access to your personal accounts?
He said it was his personal friend. So
right, but I'm saying that to say like you don't give somebody access to your money if they're not the money guy.
You never know. It might be a family member, a friend. Maybe they weren't the only two who had access to the money. But I mean, you never know.
Yeah. Well, hopefully they come with a better idea next time.
Sign with Nike. Fuck it. Call it a day, man. You tried. Good luck. Good job. But
the jig is up. They're a nice brand.
Yeah, I like Adidas. Adidas cool.
Puma.
Not for basketball.
I want to see what I want to see what Puma gonna do.
For basketball, it's straight Nike.
I ain't worried about Puma.
Well, JC, I mean, with him over there doing
I've
it.
never seen a Puma I wanted to put on.
I used to wear Pumas, like the flat ones. I had some high top ones.
Puma had a phase.
They did have some little low cuts that people was rocking, but they wasn't my deal. I don't know.
I like them.
But hey, I
term.
don't want to shit on Puma though. Hey, Puma,
Shouts out
fuck
Puma.
with y'all.
Give
Send us something.
We'll
We got influence over here.
We'll put your picture on the screen, goddamn. But put your picture. Hey, y'all, I'm mad Todd not here for this because you know he hate all the good people. Did y'all see James Harden? He set another record for what was it?
I saw he
With
scored
31
the
points,
61.
he had scored 30 plus on every NBA team this season. He's the first person to do that. On every team, he scored 30 plus. He put up
ESPN
61 last night. So offensively, this man is a juggernaut, man. And I don't see how anybody could say that he's not pretty good at what he does. To me, he's one of the better scorers that I've ever seen in this short period of time. Not over a long haul, but within the last 2-3 years, he's scored whenever he wanted to.
I was watching something, and I think it was with Kobe.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got to thinking about Iverson. I got to thinking about all the more prolific scores that we see.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not agreeing with Todd. Todd crazy. I don't know what the fuck he be saying. But the thing that Kobe was saying like, in a way, the way he kind of said it to me, this is my opinion of how I took it.
Mm-hmm.
He kind of like basically said like, yes, I could have went out and scored 60 or 70 every night. But if I score those 60 or 70 a night, we're not going to win. Like, we can't win a championship with one person dominating the ball that much. It's no way you're going to do it, period.
Right, because it's so easy to
And
defend.
so I think that's what he's saying. That's what Todd be trying to say, I think. I think
he do, but I'm not gonna let him get off with it.
Yeah, I mean, he got to come explain that shit.
I'm not just gonna let him be like, he's sorry. No,
yeah, and see, that's why I said he be tripping because he'll be like, he's sorry. But my man ain't here to defend himself. And
ain't no defending that. If he was right here, he still couldn't
I tell
defend
him
it.
same goddamn
That shit dumb if he here or not here.
Hey, walk with me 1 second.
I tell you what I'm not gonna do.
They gonna move all the way. Look, all right, we talking about Zion. All right, so RJ Barrett.
Best man in the world. I hate Todd. But yeah, man, Harden pretty dope, man. I
Don't
fuck
y'all
with
do
Harden.
my boy like that.
Yeah, I can't wait till he get back. I'm gonna do him like that when he get there. Shouts out to Harden, man. That's pretty dope of Harden what he's doing. But I have another question. It's off subject. It's a music question. I saw this list. I was on Twitter, and I saw a list of album of the decade. So from 2010 to 2018. I can't think of any that would qualify for 19 yet. So to 18. 2010, My Dark Twisted Fantasy. 2011, Watch the Throne. 2012, Good Kid, Mad City. 2013, Yeezus of Beyonce. 14, My Crazy Life, or 2014 FHD. I don't even know what that is. 2015, TPAD. 2016, Lemonade. 17, Damn. 2018, Daytona or Victory Lap. And I wanted to ask a question. If y'all had to pick one from 2010 to 2018, which one would y'all pick?
Out of that list, but I can't think of anything that should be outside that list. I would go with Good Kid, Mad City.
That's the same one I was gonna go with.
Yeah, that's Good Kid, Mad City, probably.
Good Kid, Mad City. Victory Lap kind of gives. I guess I like it a lot because it's recent, but as far as a complete album and something that would change the game, I think it's Good Kid, Mad City too.
Yeah, but
I would put Victory Lap too, but I think it's a distance between the two.
Yeah,
I think it's a clear number one.
Clear, gotcha.
And to me, I don't like that list. It sounded like way too many Kanye shits on there to me. And I'm sorry, but I'm gonna keep saying this. I'm gonna always say this. I'm not a Kanye fan. I never have, and I never will be. I've never. He can rap. He's creative. He's definitely a great producer. But as far as rapping and what we talk about, making songs that people want to listen to, I have never been a Kanye fan. I've tried. I went back, College Dropout. I tried. It's some solid ass songs. He can rap, but I just never was a fan of Kanye West ever. And for him to have that many albums on there, fuck that.
He has,
Especially that's some of his worst albums.
He has two. He has Yeezus, which I thought was horrible. And My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. I liked it that one.
I did like that one.
I did like My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
But Lemonade was a great album.
I wouldn't know.
Right? I mean.
You old in the bathroom?
No, that wasn't on that album. But
I went 90 years back then.
Same thing. It's all the same. It doesn't change.
No, I mean, but it was a very dope, cohesive ass album. Like I ain't like what she was talking about, but that don't mean the music not good or good songs.
So you can like the music without liking the topics.
Like you don't have to agree with it. You be like, because it was about her being cheated on and all that shit.
So I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
we talk about and and this is kind of more for Huda, but I definitely want you to chime in. But I feel like you have just a little bit of difference of opinion just from previously talking about it before. But we talk about, albums and some of them albums being the best albums of the year, and we talk about Victory Lap being one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that, like, we going to Ross,
Mm-hmm.
why is my man so always underrated and overlooked? Because I feel like Victory Lap, I'm not saying it's the exact same as a Ross album, but
Mm-hmm.
the quality of production was Ross's. Like, it was kind of like what you would see from a Ross. The wordplay, I don't think that Nipsey is a better rapper than Ross.
I don't think it's many rappers that's better than rappers.
Yeah,
than
so
Ross.
like, but why he's never mentioned in those categories? And I'm the only reason why I'm using something like Victory Lap is because Victory Lap doesn't have that big powerful hit, because they always knock Ross for not having that
Powerful
big
song.
single. Nipsey didn't have that on that, but it was a great album. I'm not taking away from Nipsey. I'm just saying why Ross is never mentioned in none of that.
I'm the wrong person to ask that question for the simple fact I want to know the same thing as you. I'm a huge Ross fan, and I feel like I could listen to a Ross album over a lot of niggas. I'd say, me personally, I say Ross is in my top 5. I don't know if many people will say that.
I say
But-
that too.
but-
I was just thinking that.
Like, not a bad project, period. Not a bad
Not
mixtape, not a
one.
bad album.
Not one
None.
to me.
Not even his
Not to me.
collaboration.
And even when you broaden it up, I never see a lot of people ever talk bad about Ross.
Never.
You know what I'm saying?
Other
The only thing that I've ever seen was that he doesn't make that big powerful hit. But other than that, I've never seen nobody talk. You can't talk about his production. You can't talk about his
A1.
wordplay.
A1.
You can't talk about lifestyle and like, what are you gonna talk about?
Club songs, deep
So this
songs,
is why I want.
light songs.
Maybe you can help us, because maybe we have a bias.
Well, looking back on it, I can't say that Teflon Don is not better than Good Kid, Mad City.
You can't say that it's not.
Right.
And that's why I brought this up, because
Like-
I'm listening. I'm listening to that list, and I don't see it.
Now, God forgives, I don't wouldn't be.
I loved it. I'm not
Well,
gonna
no.
say it. That might
ju-
be
I'm-
my top.
I'm
Maybe.
just
It's
better
a-
than Teflon Don.
to me, yeah.
Well,
Because
I mean,
just the way
personal
that pockets
opinion,
up
but I
pockets,
wouldn't put that above Good Kid, Mad City or Victory Lap.
Turn on Pirates off.
But
of,
I mean, he gonna have those hits. I mean, he's a great artist. Rather You Than Me, that didn't.
it was solid.
It was solid.
it was
That didn't
in-
really do it. I mean, if we're talking about best of a decade,
best of his.
But-
I'll say
yeah, looking at his body of work, but Deeper Than Rap, that was 2009.
it
But
was
like-
dope, and that probably was the one I played the most because that's when you listen to albums for a long period of time.
Yeah, I mean, no, great classic album. Yeah, but I was just saying some of his best work was before what they're talking about. But 2010 is still 9 years old at this point.
Yeah.
But amazing body.
What was
work.
his last album?
Who, Ross?
Yeah.
Looks like
Hood Billion?
Rather You Than Me.
Rather You Than Me. Rather You Than Me. Was Hood Billionaire album or mixtape?
And I'm looking
might
at
have been-
I
albums.
feel like that and God Forgives I Don't started as a mixtape, didn't it?
Mm-hmm, I think
I
so.
feel like,
I think
but-
God Forgives I Don't was for sure.
When
I
I
don't know.
Google
God
albums,
Forgives I
God
Don't had
Forgives
a-
I Don't came
I
up.
just never
It had a
understood.
ton on it.
I just never understood why he's looked at like that. Like, to me, Ross is, like, right now, arguably, Ross is probably one of my favorite artists right now.
There's a reason why that's the only album we're begging for.
Yeah,
That's the only
like, and
album
it's
we're
not
begging
just
for.
us. It's a lot of powers that be in people, music industry folks they're literally waiting on that album.
Me included.
Yeah.
Me included.
And- but that's the thing that scares me though,
What?
because I've never waited on a Ross
Anticipation.
album.
Yeah, it's been.
And I don't want to. And I know how today's time is. If he messed that album up now,
They're gonna crucify.
they're gonna
his
tear
ass.
him up like he never put. I'm not.
I'll
but
give him a pass because of the
He's
book.
never made one bad.
I give him a pass because of the book. He's been he's been working on that book, so I get.
Are you
that.
saying you giving him a pass for
Yeah,
the delay?
because he's been working on that book,
Yeah.
so I'll take that as an album. But now it's time for an album. So if you treat that like that album, then it's right on time, and then the album comes right after this book album. Then hey, we good.
Yeah.
Come on, Ross. Come on with it. You know what I'm saying? And nigga, we found a way to put you on the list that you wasn't on.
We got
Okay.
influence, so he coming soon.
Yeah, it's time.
He gonna
for
hear
Ross.
us.
Yeah.
The Dummies impact. You know what I'm saying? The Dummies impact.
Well, Moving on into this week's Dummy of the Week.
Dummy.
There's not much that can be said, but you fucking dummy.
This week's Dummy of the Week is brought to you by Marks Media Cinematography. Contact Marks Media for all of your media needs, whether it's social media, whether it's weddings, whether it's commercials, business cards, logos. Marks Media has all of your needs met right there, one-stop shop. What's my man Instagram?
Baron 624.
Baron
some weird shit.
624.
What the fuck is the 624? I need to ask that nigga. What is the 624?
Who knows?
I think it's underscore.
Probably
Baron
how many M&Ms he eat a day.
I think he eat more than that.
Yeah.
That's on the low end.
Yeah, but shouts out to Marks Media. You can reach my man at Baron_624. Check him out, man. Definitely dope at what he does. Is unmatched. Make sure you look him up for any of your media needs.
Exactly. He's personal. He's corporate. He does it all, man. He'll do your Instagram videos. I don't know if he'll do your wedding, but he'll definitely do your sporting events. He shot all of my videos. Like, he's done all my stuff. He did my cards. He shoot my fitness videos. He helped me with my logo. He helped me with my website. So, you know what I'm saying? Hit my man up. Anything media.
I ain't even gonna lie. He did my wedding video, one of the last ones he did, but I'll be about ready to get Courtney ass out of there. I just go watch the damn video.
Crazy.
He got that much power, huh?
Yeah.
Just look at the video.
But,
he helped us with this video, get the settings straight and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? So,
But with no further ado, we're going to move on into the Dummy of the Week.
Dummy.
Fucking stupid
Decade.
ass.
That's a
Dummy.
decade.
that's
dummy.
the
Dumbass
question
dummy.
of the decade. You right.
Y'all seen him here. This nigga is unmatched. Trump. Trump visits a tank factory in Ohio. And Trump doubled down on comments he had made earlier in the day. Not only did he make them earlier in the day, he made them on proceeding to get ready to get on the helicopter, Air Force One, whatever. He made more comments, and then he made them again at his rally on the late Senator John McCain. At his speech at an Ohio factory, President Trump basically complained that he wasn't thanked by John McCain. He basically was upset because John McCain campaigned on getting rid of Obamacare, and he felt like he didn't. I don't even really want to go into all the details of things he said because y'all know how I personally feel about speaking about somebody who's no longer here. They're not here to defend themselves. And at some point, it becomes a level of respect. You know, you can have a difference of opinions and disagreements with somebody, but when it comes into the point where you're assaulting somebody's character and they're no longer able to defend themselves, you're not a hero, man. You're a chump when you do shit like that.
Especially, man, it was petty. It's not like he shot your kid. He didn't shoot your mom. He didn't slap your wife. He didn't thank you for something. You criticizing a dead man because he didn't thank you, bro?
That man said he was upset because he didn't get thanked for approving a funeral.
I approved it. You know it had to go through me, right?
Like,
This
nigga, you ain't pay for it. You just
You just said yes. It made our budget.
yes.
And then he said something. This is a statement. I don't know. He said, I gave him the kind of funeral he wanted, which as a president I had to approve. I don't care about this. I didn't get a thank you. That's okay. That he said. Who the fuck you want to thank? Like, who's finna
supposed to thank you?
You want my...
You been bashing this man the whole
You
time?
want
You want his family to thank you?
Bro, I'm dead. You want me to come? If I come tell you thank you, it's gonna,
Something wrong.
This is going to be crazy.
You're going to be really crazy
But
if you say you got that thank you.
McCain's daughter was on some interview.
Youngest
She was just like, my dad was a great man, and Donald Trump, no, he would never be one.
He's a child.
And I liked her
child.
because she did say that I have seen things that I didn't necessarily agree with. But in this one, she basically said, like, hey, it's so much other stuff to worry about. We got to focus on kids. We got to focus on, don't worry about me. I'm okay. Don't feel sorry for me because I'm okay. Don't worry about my family because we okay. Let's focus on the other things. So she took the high road. She didn't, dive in and double down back on it. And
Like a civilized person would.
yeah. And so for that, my man, you get the dummy of the week.
Dummy.
Multiple time dummy. Congratulations on being multiple dummies.
That nigga is the Dummies podcast dummy of the week repeatedly. Guys.
Platinum dummy.
He the 9-time champ.
Get the dummy award.
Yeah, he got that. But what else we got?
Mexico.
Mexico.
nigga.
Yeah.
Viva la, we out this bitch.
Yeah, we out this thing, man. We going on. We're going to Mexico, man. It's time for me to jump the broom.
Dead man walking.
Claude Banks headed to the tunnel.
You know what I'm saying? Just, you know what I'm saying? Keep you a little comforter in the closet downstairs. You're going to sleep on the sofa a couple of times. It be like that sometimes.
Shit.
Sometimes it's by
I
choice,
got me a
though.
refrigerator. I got me a blanket.
It's all like, you know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna put me a microwave in this bitch.
I can't sleep on that sofa, though. That sofa trash. I got to
yeah,
sleep in the
that
bed.
shit trash.
That's what you do.
I get mad till about 11:30.
Yeah, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Me get mad and go
gonna show-
back right back to the bed.
I'm gonna show her ass. I'm gonna wait till she go to sleep and I ain't
Right.
gonna lay close to her. I'm gonna sleep on
Turn
this
my
side of the
back
bed.
on your ass.
Yeah, man, it's time, man. It's been a long time coming, man, and it's
Been a
time to
long
finally.
time coming.
To all the people who listening, yes, it is time for me to go get married.
So do you get a birthday again? Since your birthday and your wedding is so close, do you get to celebrate your birthday or is it?
Damn right. That shit ain't one and the same. That shit 24 hours apart. Man law.
Bang, bang that gavel.
I ain't
goddamn.
gonna lie. I be trying to mix in anniversary and Christmas.
I see you. Girl.
Well, your shit like the December. Nah, you
Yeah,
out
you got
you out
to.
the loop too, bro.
Yeah.
It's over.
Yeah.
But yeah, we going to Mexico, man. I got 37 of my closest family and friends. Her closest family and friends. We going down, man, to kind of tie the night. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be some good fellowship, man. And I can't wait to get down there.
We might get kicked off the resort because y'all niggas are some niggas.
That's what I was thinking.
That's what he was saying. He was like, he ain't never been there with that many.
We're in it.
We gonna get kicked off the resort because I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Just don't put me in the Mexican prison and I'm good. And I'm all
Man,
for
hey.
it. Goddamn.
I hope.
I want to see how they gonna play this though.
What you mean?
Like, I'm telling you, fool, it'd be like none of us there.
Just one or two. Well,
One or two, mate. Like, it'd be like they might be leaving when we come and that type of thing. But like being there, no.
we're gonna show them the Dummies impact. We're gonna show them the Dummies
no
impact.
bullshit. I be having the most rhythm now.
That's trash.
See? See? Now y'all understand.
And speaking of, we are off next week. We dropping
sorry.
this.
We
This will
sorry.
come to you Tuesday, but after that, there will be no podcast that week. We will take off, have a week off, and we're gonna come back to y'all rejuvenated. We're gonna miss y'all, man, because hey, we love talking to y'all every week. So.
I'm pretty sure by next Monday or Tuesday, going like, damn man, I'm ready to record. Just
Right.
like the
And we
last
have
Every
so
time we
many
take off, we be so sad.
nigga
We be
doc
like,
could be
damn.
about 800 pages long.
800 pages. So y'all already know
3-hour
it's gonna be a long
podcast,
podcast.
Can't
Part
wait.
1 and 2.
Can't wait.
Can't wait.
Shit.
Buster, can't wait.
Exactly.
But yeah, I guess that's it, man. And we'll be back. Not this week. We're taking a week off. So don't be looking for, hey, if you behind, catch up.
Catch us on the Dummies podcast.
The brackets will be
IG.
caught up. The
Yeah.
brackets will be caught up by then.
We're gonna IG a lot for y'all.
Yeah.
We gotta get the international plan.
No. You
No.
just call your people and tell them you going out of the country.
And we good.
Yeah.
Okay. Shit.
That's how mine work. I don't know about you.
I'm
You got that
AT&T
Boost
too.
Mobile
I
or
got
shit.
AT&T, cuz.
Oh, then you good. Just call them and tell them you're going out of the country. I think it's like $1.99 a day or $2
Man, you better
a day
FaceTime
that you
everybody.
use.
Connect to the Wi-Fi.
So if I'm on Wi-Fi, then I'm good.
Yeah, but what if you go somewhere?
My camera works better. I'm gonna use my camera.
Right, but I'm
My
just saying,
4K
like, what if
camera.
you go somewhere and you don't have the Wi-Fi right there?
Then I'm gonna record it on my camera on my phone, and then when I get to the hotel,
I want to say AT&T
Bruh,
got
it's $2
got,
and
free
99
calls.
cents a day
Yeah.
for only when you use it. Pay the $2.
nigga, that's eggs. He can tell when a nigga get old. Nigga, that's eggs. That's a carton of eggs.
Nigga be bargaining and
That's a
shit.
half a gallon of
You know what
milk.
I could do with them $2.99? Not a goddamn thing in today's time.
Breakfast for a week, goddamn.
Knowing him, he ain't gonna eat. But we'll be back like we never left. You dig?
Dummy.